Do you even know your love language, your own love language? Because you can't even bless somebody else if you don't understand them. And if we really, really love people, understanding them will help us bless them and make life better for them. And then vice versa. Right? There's a huge difference in visiting a lady and then she's already made up, you understand? She's already made up, she's already eaten, you know, she has clothes given her by her dad, compared to when the person moves in to your home. There'll be more revelations, you know.
What do you like read?
No, because you get to know the person better.
No,
for instance, I mean, how the person sleeps, whether they sleep straight or the jarupas. Sorry, what's jarupa in English? What's jarupa in English? They sleep scatteredly. Yes, you know, somewhere like that. And some people when they are sleeping, their eyes are open. You wonder whether they're still. None of us are like that.
I didn't tell. I'm not like that.
I'm not like that. I've just seen that somewhere before. And I was scared the first day I saw it. Somebody was sleeping and the eyes were open. I looked at the person like this. So the person was still sleeping. I mean, those are things that you get to realize about people. And it doesn't mean it's bad. Some people snore. I snore. I'm better. In fact, the more we got prosperous, the more the snoring.
Can you repeat?
I snore in a very good way. You enjoy it.
Really?
Believe me.
Really?
So, and then she doesn't, you know, different things that you get to know about people. So I think it's that knowing that people now they find it hard to adjust to, or they don't know how to adjust to it. And that's where sometimes the enemy tries to take advantage of, oh, is she like this? Oh, is he like this? I think and that's where love comes in.
Yeah, and I think it's important that we also express this to young people, not even couples, before marriage. Because sometimes I have the opportunity to talk to younger couples and I tell them, you know what, the first 5 years will be traumatic. But it's okay. It's okay.
But don't use the word traumatic. It's
there are times.
That's a better word.
Okay.
Will be
shaky.
First 5 years.
You will have ups and downs. We all have it. However,
no, not traumatic. It won't be traumatic.
Okay.
It won't be
traumatic.
The first 5 years is a lot of work to do. It's better that way. Yes, better. It's not traumatic.
Your
first 5 years won't be traumatic in Jesus' name.
It will be traumatic.
It will be terrific, self.
Amen. Amen. What I'm just
because you're better off.
Can I talk?
Sorry.
What I'm just trying to say is that the first 5 years, you would have to adjust a lot. But it's okay. A lot of us put pressure on younger people that are marriage or you have. No, but it's okay to have those ups and downs, have those disagreements, and you settle it in if I say fights.
We had disagreements.
Oh, goodness. When we had disagreements, it made us closer. In the sense that we had to look for a solution. That was what led us read books. Mm-hmm. We knew about ourselves more and we got closer. So it's okay.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is this. Just like for our parents, I think our own beginning was better, right? Because we even knew some things, like our relationship with God.
Yeah.
In that sense. So I'm thinking that even the younger couples, they ought to also know better than us. So I don't want us to use our experience like to scare them. No, yeah. But the encouragement is, I mean, if you're not married and you're listening, read books on love languages, on temperaments, on what it takes to understand a woman, for instance, and what it takes to understand a man, the way a man thinks. So with that kind of background,
we'll be married 20 years.
Yes.
I still don't know all there is about you.
But at least.
And we still have disagreements.
Yes, but not like the beginning.
So I'm just trying to say that if you have the in-love feeling, sometimes you don't think that because I know this my partner, I'm in love with them. We are not expecting as much, the pressure. Sometimes those fights can be quite, intense. Mm. So some couples don't go into marriage thinking that. However, understand that it's okay. You will get better. You will know each other.
I think when people, I've counseled with people, and when they have disagreements, people think they have a peculiar problem.
Yeah.
And it's not that you have a special problem. It's like, I use the word normal. The question now is how you're going to respond to it. And that's why it's good to communicate. Don't keep things. Sometimes I've seen some men believe that their own wife She has a very special problem. The other wives are better.
We
No.
have to talk about communication because that was a
Yes.
major issue.
Yes. When was that? When was it? When was it a major problem?
Men do not communicate.
Which men?
You.
What am I doing now? Okay, we'll talk about it in the next episode. You gotta go to University of Gumosha to understand how to communicate. Sorry. My own take is this: a man should lead his family as much as possible. So I always consider my money as our money, and I consider her money more like her money. But she's very supportive, and anytime she acts like that, which she does a lot, I celebrate it. But I don't always want to depend on that. I see it more like her money, and maybe that helps me as a man to work harder, because you don't want to depend on our income. But I also want a woman that is productive, okay, that can support effectively, as much as possible. So that's my own take. But some people, they're different. They think differently, that, okay, our money is our money. Before the money, I think if there is that unity of purpose, like before the money, when people are not even in agreement normally, then money will be a problem, because people try to say our money. Before money is if there is a problem with agreements, they are not united, in terms of husband and wife, the money can't work. So let's not make it look like money. The money part for me is almost plus, is like an outcome of the agreement, of the unity. So even if they don't have joint accounts or all those things,
I think you're right.
It's a prayer of agreement. It's not until you hold hands before you do prayer of agreement. If there's an agreement, you don't have to hold hands. There'll be agreement. But if there's no agreement and you're holding hands, you should drop the hands.
Yeah.
So I feel the focus should be on the unity of purpose, love, between husband and wife. Then other areas, money, time, all those things will just follow suit.
Yeah, you're right, Tila, because I think, of course, I need to applaud you. You've been very sweet as regards, taking leadership in that sense. So for us, truly, it's, if we're going to use it the way it's been said out there, your money is our money, my money is my money, But however, like you said, unity of purpose.
I borrow money from her a lot, but the money.
You're still paying me a lot.
I'll return it. How much am I paying you now? Actually, I should stop saying borrow me money. I'll just say give me, because maybe that's the problem. Why should I say borrow? Is that you can't give me like that?
I can give you.
I will stop saying borrow me.
When you give us seed, we always reproduce. So when I give you, you have to.
But you borrowed the money, right? Can we say on this set that you forgive me all the debts? Let's clear that, and then from now I'll be saying give me. Please tell the audience.
We'll talk about that.
Behind
the scenes. So when it comes to joint accounts, we don't have a joint account. I have my account, he has his account, and when we have to do something jointly, I contribute, he contributes, and we do. So I don't think it's about having a joint account. However, one cap doesn't fit everyone. For some people that works for them. However, it's not a hard and fast rule for everyone to have a joint account. If that works for you, it's fine. For us, we don't have a joint account with that, but we work jointly. We contribute jointly.
I think I like that. Yeah. I think a lot has to do with the makeup, the personalities in a marriage. I'm a choleric, for instance. We are driven, like project driven, so we plan a lot of things. No, because for some couples, like maybe the man is a melancholy, the wife is a phlegmatic. There's a way they relate where it's easier for them to run a joint account. They just sit down together, So I think a lot also depends on that. Apart from the foundational union of hearts, which is the main thing. Because I've seen people that had joint accounts and the moment they had problems like fights and conflicts, the joint account just went off the window, you know. So that is a constant, that union of purpose. But I also think it depends on the temperaments of the people, the way people operate.
And I think for joint accounts, for some couples, a joint account is solely for things that like projects, you know, where, you know, for family projects, where it's not about whether it's a personal project or whatever, it's just a family project. So it's easy for someone, so they don't have to just, you know, keep asking, you know, maybe the wife asking the wife, or you just go there.
I think what we're dealing with here is transparency.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the real, I mean, why should the husband or the wife hide earnings in that sense from the other person? Why? Does she abuse it or he abuses it? You know, like maybe when she knows that he has this amount of money, she begins to make unusual requests, or the man knows that she's earning this kind of money, he begins to, you know, take advantage of her. I think we're talking about transparency, we're talking about respect for each other, right? If those things are there, so whether it's joint account or different accounts, there will be unity of purpose. There are times when she handles my card, like ATM card abroad, you know, I just give it to her and then she uses that. So if there is that, it's not like formal rules how to spend money in the family, but that transparency, that, okay, why should I hide from her that I have this amount of money?
So I also think it's cultural, because I think there are certain
mindsets,
should I say, states, you know, or I don't want to say races in that sense, but there are certain people that believe that, you know, my wife should not know how much I earn. Some people believe that.
I agree. I've counseled with people like that, and as I said, mindset. But the question I want to ask is why? I think we need to deal with the why. Is it that she's an illiterate? Because there are cases where knowing it doesn't even help her. They are not compatible educationally. It could be attitude, that the moment she knows that he has this amount of money, she begins to blab, you know, tell her mom, her family members, my husband has this amount of money, and then that becomes an issue. Some people, as I said, that should be that transparency and respect. So, but I'd rather focus on unity of purpose, so that whether our accounts are the same or in different accounts, we are together. You know, because you can have the same account and have another hidden account.
Yeah.
So I think we need to deal with the roots so that we don't look at symptoms. Some people just do it like a plastic thing. Okay, let's have a joint account, and yet they are fighting, and then yet the woman has one separate account hidden somewhere, and then when they ask them, do you have a joint account, they say yes, and yet the man has one secret. Why are we deceiving ourselves? So the unity of purpose, and then the way they handle their finances. I believe in every couple there's a saver and there's a spender.
Who is the saver in our relationship?
I think you save more than me. I don't know. I spend. I think I spend. I think she saves more. Maybe we are both spenders. God will help us.
So I think with regards to forgiving our parents, you know, there are certain things that they would never, you know, see our own way, because they're different generation. They have different experiences. So I think we have a larger responsibility to let go and forgive them, because truly, no matter how much we even try to talk to them and, you know, try to reason out certain things, sometimes they may say it, sometimes, and I think most times they won't. So we just need to, just like we say, even with marriage, when you just have that underlying principle that, you know what, we are two forgivers here. So because you know that, you know, they have hurt you, sometimes the hurts are quite intense, run deep, you know, maybe we just need to let them be. Whatever hurts have happened, we can deal with it with maybe in other directions, maybe talking to someone else, a friend, a counselor, you know, that's your own healing. Heal. However, when it comes to them, forgive. because they may never see it. They may never come to that place where they even ask for mercy or forgiveness based on what they did. So we just need to, anticipate it and just let it go, trusting that the healing would take place, ourselves. I've had to do that. There have been times when I remember, especially when growing earlier years of our marriage, comparing or remembering certain expressions from my parents, my mom, and thinking that should I talk to her about it. I try, I attempt to talk to her about it, and I see that she won't get it, so but the hurt is there. We remember how deep, how what she said affected me, so I had to learn to just, okay, Bimbo, what she said, this is why she said it. I had to rationalize it myself, help heal myself and make excuses on her behalf, and then reach my own healing.
Thank you so much. I learned a lot from you. Wow, amazing. Now we Scripture says, regard our hearts with all diligence. I think we allow people to hurt us too much by or through false expectations. And I noticed, I'm a pastor, okay, and I counsel with people. I realized that when people are dealing with people, they seem to have a different set of rules for their family members compared to other people. When their family members, cousins, siblings do some things, we have some emotional explanations for it, But if somebody else does the same thing, you yourself will be analyzing, how can a woman talk like that? How can a man behave like that? But when their cousin does it, or their own brother, it's not like that, just because it's their brother. That's unfair. On yourself anyway, because you're going to put yourself under unnecessary pain. We have even husband and wife. For instance, some women, the expectation they have from their husband is like husband being their God.
Yeah, father.
And God gives us joy, all those things. Your husband might not be able to do that. So I think that has helped me a lot. So that when people do certain things wrong, the hurt does not get so damaging. You understand? That's very, very important. I think that will help someone. There's some things that we expect from people that only God can do it for you. Like Bimbo said about the level of knowledge or understanding. There's some things that your mom would never. I used to make that mistake, thinking everybody's mom is like my own mom, everybody's dad like my own dad. I've seen very abusive parents, just even maybe demon-possessed parents. Maybe demon-possessed parents. You do your best, and then learn to move on. Love them. I pray a lot about things like that, for God to always give me wisdom on what to do. But do not allow your parents hinder your own future. I hope that makes some sense. So, thanks for joining our conversations today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Yemi Davids, at Bimbo Davids, Abimbola Davids, okay? And you want to rewatch, is it rewatch they call it?
Yeah.
Other episodes. I think you enjoy it. The wiser you are. Enjoy your week.